Donald Trump's chief of staff, but that was not the only big appointment this weekend. Steve Bannon will serve as Mr. Trump's chief strategist and senior counselor. Now, Mr. Trump has many more positions to fill before taking office in January, and some big announcements, well, they could be coming this week. Joining us now to go over what we can expect in the coming days, the author of Hopping Over the Rabbit Hole. By the way, a best-selling book in one day. He's a Trump transition team executive committee member. Our friend Anthony Scaramucci, the host of Justice, Judge Jeanine Pirro. All right, both of you, by the way, I know for a fact, are being considered for positions. But that's not what I'm going to ask you about tonight. I'll leave that up to you guys. I have known Reince and Steve Bannon both for a long time. The media, I just did a long monologue, how the media is corrupt and how wrong they got this. And what did they do today? They start feeding more false information. Who was Steve Bannon's best friend? Andrew Breitbart. He ran Breitbart. He was working with Andrew to launch Breitbart. Also Larry O'Connor, who I know was raised Jewish. Andrew was. So I guess an ex-wife, whatever, makes this claim. And look at what the alt-left radical media is doing yet again. They learn nothing from their mistakes in this campaign, and they're attacking Steve Bannon as something that I know that he's not. David Horowitz knows that he's not, and anybody that has...
Oh, I know he's not. I work with him very closely on the campaign. He's a brilliant strategist.
Right.
He's a very fair guy, and I'll tell you what, he had a great influence on this campaign throughout, which is why President-elect Trump is bringing him to the White House. And
by the way, his background, I was a senior partner, I guess, or executive at Goldman Sachs. I mean, he has a background. Everyone just thinks Breitbart.
Well, not only that, he's a military officer.
That too.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yeah.
He's a man who has...
By the way, look at Anthony. Anthony's a Harvard grad.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Anyway, but this guy, Bannon, has done wonderful things for Donald Trump. He brought everyone together in that Trump campaign, and he delivered a victory along with a lot of other people for Donald Trump. He will do the same for the American people. He will be able to deliver the big ideas that Donald Trump talked about.
That's a challenge.
That got Donald Trump elected. And you know what? All of this left-wing coordinated effort on their part
Smear,
to destroy
slander.
him,
by the way,
is pathetic.
Just like they tried to do to Donald himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, no question. But I just want to say two things about Reince Priebus. Okay, this guy stood in the foxhole.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
He had a he should be Secretary of State, wink, wink, because he had 17 nation states they had to deal with before Mr. Trump became the nominee.
Let me say this, because he's
a brilliant guy.
They treated him
very well loved.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, all these people that didn't keep their campaign pledge, that were running for president, all of these people, you know, he kept his word. Yeah. And he fought. He was in the trenches for Donald Trump.
That ground game, Sean. Okay, at the end of the day,
he built it.
Mr. Trump said at a lot of these events, we'll know if you're secretariat if we win, and we can take the rose bouquet and put it around you. And on Wednesday morning, boy, were we able to do that. And so I am thrilled for Reince and thrilled for Steve. But again, like Governor Pence, Sean, he's picking great people. I mean, think about the 3 picks that President-elect Trump has picked. It's extraordinary.
Since Obama became president, this is worth noting. You know, we've picked up 13 Senate seats the Republicans have, 64 House seats, 14 governorships, 30 state houses. You know, seriously? The greatest gift to the Republican Party, and this probably that paved the way, was his failure and the forgotten men and women of this country that have suffered.
And isn't it interesting that Bannon's whole theme was about the forgotten man? And in 2010, 2014, 2016, everybody lost. It was a Democrat with Obama.
I bought a painting called The Forgotten Man.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know.
It's on my website, Hannity.com.
Now, Amity Schlaze wrote a great book called The Forgotten Man about the Depression. And so what's interesting about the alt-left, just to add this to it, they're not focused on these people. They think these people are misogynists and misanthropes and they're negative people. All they are is faith-based people that want an aspirational opportunity for their family members. And they came out in real strong
Steve's really bright. Steve never wavered. I would talk to Steve. I talked to Kellyanne. I talked to Reince. I talked to everybody, as I know both of you did. They never wavered. They always believed they would win.
And you know what? But I said in my open last night, and you know what? It's about time we're now going to be able to actually cling to God, our guns, and religion.
Bibles?
Too bad.
Wow. Very good. Good to